So we have a new topic in this PLSQL, and that is PLSQL data types. So I repeat, we have a new topic, PLSQL data types. So we have four types of data types: scalar data type, second one large object, third one composite, and the fourth one reference. I'll repeat from the first. We have data types. So similarly, which we had in SQL, date, number, char, varchar, large object. In the same way, here also we have four types of large object. Sorry, four types of data types: scalar data type, large object, composite data type, and reference data type. So scalar data type says single values with no internal components such as number, date, Boolean characters, or varchar or varchar2. All these together are considered as scalar data type. So I repeat again, scalar data type. Single values with no internal components. Single values with no internal components. For example, this is a number. We can easily identify that this is a number. And then this is date. This is Boolean. This is character or varchar. So there is no internal component, there is no identification, but still we can identify that this is a data type belongs to number, this is a data type belongs to, this is the data type belongs to date, and this is a data type belongs to Boolean, and this is the one for character or varchar. So these are altogether nothing but scalar data type. So I'll repeat, scalar data type, single values with no internal components such as number, date, Boolean characters, or varchar2 are called as scalar. So if it is a number, so this is number, and we know the syntax, number of precision comma scale. If it is date, and we know that we have some format models, year, month, day, hour, minute, second. So this is altogether called as date. Then Boolean, true or false. Character or varchar2. This has raw, this is raw data type, national character data type, national varchar data type, national varchar2 data type, long raw data type, row ID, and U row ID. All these are all together still considered as varchar. So we'll see what is this raw, in-char, in-varchar, long row ID, U row ID little later. So all these together, number, date, Boolean, and character or varchar are considered as scalar data type. And again, from these scalar data type, we have subtypes. So I'll repeat. Scalar data type is one type of data types. And this scalar data type has again some subtype. Again, it has some parts. That is numeric data type, character data type, Boolean data type, and date and data type. I repeat, subtypes in scalar data type. This is the first type of data type, but still it has some other subtypes. And namely, the first one, numeric or number, character, Boolean, date and time data type. So we know that numeric data type is nothing but numeric values on which arithmetic operations are performed. Only number values. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Any arithmetic operator. 2 into 2 to 2. 4. 2 by 2 is equal to 1. So we can do any arithmetic operator. So that should be done with the help of numbers only. So numeric values on which arithmetic operations are performed are called as number data type or numeric data type. And the second one, Character data type. We know this one. Alphanumeric values that represent single characters or string of characters. Alphanumeric values that represent single character. So this is a single character A, but enclosed within a single quote. It is a character. This is true actually, but enclosed within a single quote, it is character. Percentile, special character, but still enclosed within a single quote, it is still character. Combination of all alphanumeric values, all the alphanumeric values we have characters, numbers, special characters, all together enclosed within a single code. So this is called as character data type, which we have discussed earlier many times. Then Boolean. Boolean says logical values on which logical operations are performed. I'll repeat. Logical operations on which logical, logical values on which logical operations are performed, which means I'll get some code here. So I'll get some code and I'll try to print it. I'll get the output, which means the logical values which I have written here are true because I'm asking the I'm asking the output for Rohit and also I'm asking the output for Ram. And we know that Rohit holds a value or initialization value, hi, good morning, and Ram holds the initialization value, some number. It is true because Rohit holds some value and Ram also holds some value. So it is true that we'll get the output. But if I try to print something else, it says Nayak must be declared. There is no output. It is false. See, true is the thing, but the code which we have written is correct. That is true. It is valid. The code which have written is should be valid. Then it can give the output as true. If the code which we have written is wrong, even if we make a small mistake, it is still false. So here I'm trying to print Nayak, but I don't have any values for Nayak. And it says you should declare a value for Nayak first. Identifier Nayak must be declared, which means now I should change this name to Nayak. Variable name Nayak. Now I got the output for Nayak. So this is Boolean. If the code which we have written is correct, we will get the output because the code which I have written is correct. It is true. True that the code is correct. If the code is not correct, that is false, which means we will not get any output. Instead of that, we'll get some error. So that is Boolean character. Then date and time data type. We know this, which accepts date and time values. So date and data type allows or accepts date and time values. That means if I want to store any date or if you want to store any time, we should use date and time data type. So all these together, number, character, Boolean, and date and time are considered as scalar data type. Is it clear so far with this scalar, Anita?
Yes.
Yes, good. Then the second one, large object. We have seen this one earlier in SQL, large object. So in SQL, if it is large object, we had seen two types: character large object (CLOB) and binary large object (BLOB). And we know that this large object in SQL was used to store huge amount of values, huge amount of data, up to the size of 4 GB. We have read this in SQL, large object. We have two types of large object. One is character large object. Syntax is CLOB. This is a character large object which will where we will store the data up to the size of 4 GB with respect to SQL. And similarly, binary large object where we store the binary values up to the size of 4 GB. But here it is different. Pointers to large objects that are stored separately from other data items such as text, graphic images, video clips, and audio clips, or you can also call it as sound waveforms. So if I want to store any text, for example, I want to store a text, this one, which one? I'll be writing some textbook. I'll be writing any book which has hundreds of pages. I cannot store all those theory which I will be writing in the book as a character. It is a huge theory. It is a huge data type. So what I should do? I should store them in a huge one. So I use large object because if I use varchar, I can only store up to 4,000 characters. If I use character, only 2,000. But if I use large object, I can store up to the size of 4 GB. So up to the size of 4 GB, I can store any text, or I can store any photos also, or any videos, or any audios also. So that is large object. And here also from these large object, we have subdivisions: binary file, binary large object, character large object, and national character large object. So national character large object is nothing but the advanced version of character large object. We'll see what is N, national little letter. So this is large object. So done with scalar, done with a large object. Then something called composite. Any idea what is composite? Composite?
Yeah, yeah.
Any idea what is composite? See, composite is nothing but combination of two or more data types. I'll repeat. Composite data type is nothing but the combined one, the combination one. So data items that have internal components and that can be accessed individually. So I'll repeat. Composite data type. Data items that have internal component, and that can be accessed individually. So we had seen one table, this one employee table. So we had seen employee table where we had EMP number. EMP number is a number data type. Name, that is employee name, which is a varchar data type. Hire date, which is a date data type. Then salary, again number data type. Department number. So different column names with different data types. So department number, job, again varchar. This is varchar, and this is again number. So this is the same table, one table, that is employee table, which has composite data type, mixture of multiple data types or combination of multiple data types. We have number, we have a date, we have varchar, so combination of all, but that are present in one individual table and can be accessed individually. For example, I want number data type now. So what I'll do, I want number data type. One second. So the line is data items that have internal components, and that can be accessed individually. So the data I see, and of course there is a record. Example is collection of records. Collection of records. Yes, this is the collection of records. We have employee number, different employee numbers are stored here. Employee name, n number of employee names are stored here. Their hire date, their salary, their department number, and their job, and their so on so information. All those records are collected in one table. That is composite. And that can be accessed individually. Now I want some number data type. I want the informations which are based on number data type. So what I'll write? Select EMP number. What else? Department number. EMP number, department number, salary. So these are the only three columns which are of number data type. So can be accessed individually. If I want only number data types, I can write only all the column names which holds the number data type. Or if I want any varchar, I can just mention here, right? Instead of that, which one? E-name, job, so on so column names can be mentioned. So I'll get all the varchar data type. So that is called as composite, combined or combination of multiple data types which are present in one table, which are all present in one place. So that is called as collection of records. So this is one example for employee table. From employee table, we have many columns, we have many records, and all those records are of different data types, but they are all into one table. So that is composite. Then, yeah, so collection of records is nothing but employee table. Employee table is the one which has many records or of many data types, different data types. Then a reference data type. So the first one was scalar, second one was large object, third one composite, and the next one reference data type. Reference data type. It says pointers to other data items. Reference data is nothing but pointers to other data items. We have seen this in joins. We had employee table and we used to refer it as E1. We had manager table and we used to refer that as E2. And his manager table E3. Similarly, employees department table as D1. His manager's department table as D2 and his manager table as D3. So this is reference. We have one table, but we will refer it as E1 for employee, E2 as manager, E3 as his manager's manager, and are of form employee table. And similarly, D1 for employees department table, D2 manager's department table, and D3 his manager's department table. So pointers to other data items is known as reference, giving some reference to information or data. So this is the data types. So PLSQL data types, scalar, and those scalar data types are number, date, boolean, character. Large object, these are the large object. B file, binary large object, character large object, and national character large object. Then third one, composite, combination of multiple data types. Example, collection of records, and that is for a employee table. Reference data type, pointers to other data items, which means referring some table, considering some table as a reference. Like for example, EMP data type. Then something called comments. We have a topic, comments. So comment says or comment code, we can also call it as comment code. The PLSQL comments or comment codes. So let us see what is comment. Program comments are explanatory statements that can be included in the PLSQL code that you can read, that you can write and helps anyone read its source code. So PLSQL comment, what is comment? For example, I'll post a picture in my Instagram. I'll post a picture and people, my friends starts commenting here. Something they'll start commenting one or the other one. So what is this comment or? These comments are nothing but these are explanatory statement based on the photo. they'll give some explanation. You're looking like this, that. So they'll give some comment, and those are the comments which we can write and helps anyone reading its source code. Similarly, comments are nothing but the code which we are writing, whatever the code which we are writing to get some information from the database, that code can be written by us, and that code can be written by that code can be written by us and can also be read by anyone else. Whatever the code which we are writing, that can be read anyone else. That means the code which we write and helps anyone reading its source code. Source code is nothing but the code which we are writing can be read by anyone. So that is called as comment. Then all programming language allows some form of comments. All programming languages allows some form of comments, which means if I'm using Java, I have different types of comment. So we are using Java, so this is how I can comment. If it is Python, we have different way to comment. C++, different programming language, different way of commenting. So that's what the second point says. All programming languages allows some form of comments. The PLSQL supports single line and multi-line comment. PLSQL supports single line and multi-line comments. So we will see what is single line and multi-line. The thing is, comment. So the PLSQL supports single line and multi-line comments. We'll see what is single line comment and multi-line comment. The PLSQL single line comments are, the PLSQL single line comment starts with the delimiter or symbol double hyphen. So we have seen this double hyphen in the previous class, that is delimiter. Delimiter is nothing but the symbol with special meaning. So single line comment this is called a single line comment with double hyphen, and multi-line comments are enclosed by /* and */. So we'll see what is comments and what is single line comment and also what is multi-line comment. For example, the same syntax, declare, begin and end. And here I will give a variable name as Nayak, Ram and Ganga. So this is the variable name with with their individual data type. Varchar with different size. I'll repeat. Variable name Nayak, varchar to 30 size. Ram, varchar to 28, Ganga, varchar to 26. And here I have just gone with the declaration, but I have not initialized. And initialization can be done internally also. Either we can initialize directly here. Here also can directly install, or I can also install in the body. So begin. So Nayak should hold the value, how are you today? Ram should hold the value, all good so far. And Ganga should hold the value, sounds great. So these are the different initialization of values into the variable names individually, Ram, Nayak and Ganga. And now I have to call them. So what I'll do, I'll write the code for, give me the output for Nayak, where I should get how are you today. Give me the output for Ram, all good so far, and give me the output for Ganga. Let us see what I'll get. Yeah, I have got the output for all. I have got the output for all. Now, I don't want to print the second one, Ram. I don't want to print Ram. So what I'll do, I'll go with double line, hyphen. So if I use this double hyphen, if I use this single line comment, that line of code will not execute. So that line of code will not execute. Then, so wherever I use this hyphen, that line of code will not print. So it is called as comment. I don't want to print the third line, which means we will be writing some hundreds of codes. And sometimes we don't want to print it. So for example, I'm writing 20 codes, 20 printouts. From that, I don't want 13, I don't want 7, I don't want 15. So I cannot rewrite the code once again. So what I'll do, I'll just go with the code, double hyphen, for the line number 7, line number 13, and line number so on so. So that line of code will not print. So that is for single line comment. And if it is multi-line comment, so this is same example again. Same example or different names, variable name Hardik, Dhoni, Yuvraj, and their value so on so. And what I'll do, I'll try to print them all. So I'll get output from all of them. And now we'll see what is multi-line comment. So if we use single line comment to any printing statement, it will not execute. Then coming to multi-line comment. So I have gone with many. I have given many multiple variable names with different data types and size, and the values also. What I'll do, I'll try to print this. I'll try to print this, and I'll get the output for all. So I'll get the output for all. So I got the output for all. And what I'll do here, I don't want to print from line number 3 to last line. So I don't want to print these 4. So what I'll do, I'll go with multi-line comment. What is multi-line comment? / star until where I don't want star /. So these 4 lines will not print. Only 2. Line number 1, line number 2. Line number 1, Hardik, had your breakfast. Dhoni, no, not yet. Something like that. So no, yet to have. So this is multi-line comment. Either we can use this multi-line comment over here, or I'll go with this one now. Starting 4 lines or starting 5 lines. I don't want to print the starting 5 lines. So I'll try to print it. Only one line is executed. That is sounds great, which means only Kiran is executed and the above 5 lines are not executed. So this is multi-line comment. So if I don't want to print any one line, that is single line. If I don't want to print multiple lines, that is multi-line comment. And the symbol changes. If it is single line, just double hyphen. If it is multi-line, it starts with / star and star /.